Yo, what is good YouTube? I am Richie Kim, and today I'm going to be bringing you all the performance review on Nike's first basketball auto lacing shoe, the Nike Adapt BB. Before we get started, if you all enjoy sneaker content just like this, do me a favor and hit that subscribe button down below. But anyways, let's get right into it. As always, starting off with the traction, the Nike Adapt BB features a traction pattern that basically comprises of a lot of circles and lines. The circles kind of protrude out from the forefoot area and in the heel, and it kind of mimics the traction pattern of like the Jordan 1 or Air Force 1. And everywhere else on the traction pattern are these just lines, these horizontal lines. And you know, even though this is a translucent rubber, I thought the traction was actually pretty good. If you guys are playing on your cleaner courts, you guys are definitely going to have no problems at all. Like, you guys are going to stop on a dime. And not to mention that this traction pattern is extremely squeaky. It's super loud. So if you guys like that, then this traction pattern has got you covered. However, when you do start to play on like your dustier courts or your hella dusty courts, you will run into some problems. This traction pattern does collect dust, and it is a little bit hard to wipe off. It's not just a simple clean wipe. The dust does get stuck to the traction pretty well, so you're gonna have to really wipe hard or use like some kind of towel or cloth to just rub your feet on to get off all the dust. Going off of that, like I said, you know, on those hella dusty courts, because it does collect the dust, you aren't gonna have the best bite. It's kind of like a slide to a stop or even the occasional slip up completely, and it does get a little bit annoying. But if you guys are playing on like your slightly above average to very clean courts, you guys are gonna have no problems whatsoever. But you know, for those of you that play on like your average 24-hour or LA Fitness courts, most likely it's not gonna have the best traction for you. Personally, for me, you know, I play on like the slightly above average courts, so traction wasn't a huge issue for me, but when I did play on those really dusty courts, I definitely noticed the problems. Moving on to the cushion, the Adapt BB features a full-length Cushlon midsole, and the Cushlon is super comfortable. It's definitely more noticeable in the heel than in the forefoot. So in the heel, you are going to have a decent amount of bounce with a lot of impact protection, and up in the forefoot, it is a little bit more dead, so it's a little bit more firm, but because of that, you do get a little more responsiveness. I wouldn't say that the core feel is the best in the shoe. It is a little bit high off the ground, but it still has really good responsiveness, which is a plus. I don't really have anything bad to say about Cushlon. Like, Cushlon itself is an amazing cushion setup, but because this is a very expensive shoe, you know, it's $350, I was expecting the cushion to be a little bit better, but you know, just coming from a strictly performance aspect, it's not bad at all. I actually really like it because the Kyrie 4 had full-length Cushlon, and that was amazing. Cushlon in here is still really nice as well. So moving on to the materials, the Adapt BB features great quality materials. So the shroud on the outside, which is like the main part that you see, is made up of Flyknit, which is really nice. It's there for, you know, aesthetics and durability. And underneath this Flyknit shroud is what Nike calls a quad axial knit or quad axial mesh. And what it does is it offers you a lot of containment while also giving you a lot of breathability. And you know, the materials are really, really nice on the Adapt BB. Not only does it look great, but it does feel really nice on foot as well. It has a very premium feel, which I really appreciate, especially because, you know, these are expensive. Not only that, but on the heel, you do have a premium touch of like this synthetic leather. And this same synthetic leather is actually featured on the tongue underneath, which you can't really see, but it is there. From a performance and aesthetic standpoint, I really enjoyed the materials on the shoe. So moving on to the fit, this is where Nike's new tech really is. The Adapt BB features the Fit Adapt system, aka the auto lacing system. So the way it works is once you stick your foot into the shoe, the auto lacing system is actually going to adjust the fit customized to your foot based on what it thinks it should be. And then, you know, if it's not the right fit for you, or you know, if you just want it a little bit tighter or a little bit looser, you can use the app to do that. So the part you pretty much are all waiting for is, does it actually work or is it just a gimmick? And you know, honestly, it really does work. Personally, I do like having laces just because I can customize the fit in the shoe. Like, you know, I can have it super tight up in the forefoot, but a little bit looser in the heel or vice versa, or in the midfoot, you know. But you can't really do that with this because you can't customize exactly where it gets tight. It pretty much just all clamps down onto your foot based on the tightness that you have it set to. So that's one thing. If you guys like having a very, very customizable fit, like what laces can do, then the Fit Adapt system is definitely not for you. But honestly, you know, I thought the Fit Adapt system does a perfectly fine job of making sure that your foot is hugged down and you are locked in and ready to go. So I guess the answer is no, it's not a gimmick. It really does work. So Kudos to Nike for actually getting it done in a basketball shoe because it is really nice to play in. One thing to note is I do think it's a little bit tighter up in the forefoot area than back towards the heel. It didn't really cause any problems. It's just something very noticeable, at least to me. And also, another thing about the fit is I do think the Adapt BB runs true to size. Just keep in mind that these are a little bit narrow in my opinion, just a little bit, and I have slightly wide feet. So I did have a little bit of pinching pain up where like my pinky toe was. So just keep that in mind if you guys are slightly wide footers or wide footers. So moving on to the support, I thought the support in the Adapt BB was actually really nice. In the heel, I didn't have any heel slippage at all, and in the forefoot area, I didn't have any side-to-side movement on the footbed. The Adapt BB does have a lateral outrigger, but there were times where I would kind of feel a tippy feeling just because of the cushion like compressing in a weird way or something along the lines of that, but that didn't happen too often, but it is something to note. Overall, I'd say the support in the Adapt BB is pretty good. So the Adapt BB retails for $350, and after taxes, you're looking at least $370 plus. So the Adapt BB is by no means a cheap shoe, but is it worth the price? I mean, honestly, it depends on how you look at it. If you're coming just for a performance basketball shoe, it is good, but there are definitely, better performers that are way cheaper. But if you're a sneakerhead or a sneaker enthusiast, or you like technology and you like basketball, or maybe even a combination of all those things, then yeah, I'd say this is definitely worth it. This is Nike's first attempt at a auto-lacing or self-lacing basketball shoe, and they absolutely knocked it out of the ballpark with this shoe. Like, this is an amazing performer, and it's really comfortable. It pretty much has good aspects across, the board when it comes to performance basketball. I mean, I wish the traction could be a little bit better, and I wish that, they used like a slightly better cushion setup because of the price of the shoe. But honestly, like I said, the traction only gets really bad on like your really dusty courts, and it was only like the occasional slip-ups, but you just don't have the hard stop. And then when it comes to like the cushion is really nice on its own. I just wish that they used something a little bit better because this shoe is $350. But everything else is awesome. Honestly, even those other two things I can't really complain about because they still do a pretty damn good job. So $350, is it worth it to me? Yes, I love sneakers, I love technology, and I love basketball. So this definitely like embodies all those things. So I'm really glad to have picked up a pair for myself. If money really isn't a problem for you, then I would definitely recommend you guys pick this up because it's really interesting, and honestly, it's a pretty good performer on court. That's pretty much it for this performance review. If you like this video, do me a favor and hit that subscribe button down below, and also smash that thumbs up button for me as it really does help me out. While you guys are at it, check out this video on my left and on my right, and that's pretty much it. Until next time, peace.